Prime Video had such a hit on its hands with Shiny Happy People Duggar Family Secrets, and the comments were so prolific asking the series to take a look at another so-called evangelical Christian organization that they couldn't say no. Shiny Happy People, a teenage holy war, takes a look at teen mania and the lives that were affected by it. Just like with the first season, if you have any sort of trauma or baggage from evangelical Christianity, this could be triggering for you. I know it was for my wife and myself. Now, the series takes first-hand accounts of young people who are now in their 30s, who spent time in the depths of teen mania, participating in the highest echelons and experiencing the growing abuse of power, and then allows them to rawly recount their trauma. Now, this is a harrowing and emotionally exhausting 3-episode series, because not only do we get to hear all of the survivors describe in horrific detail what they endured, but then it's balanced and reinforced through video footage and audio recordings. Some of the details we're shown through this series I'd never know. Now, some are mildly benign, like to attend the Honor Academy, the teens had to pay their room and board. They were just truly unpaid interns, so they had to save big bucks to go through this. But then there's video documentation that we're shown of how the Academy morphed and became extremely militant, using Navy SEAL-style training and endurance tests to judge the quality and the merit of the kids. These kids, though, were subjected to not only the physical rigor, but also verbal and emotional abuse. And that's what this series really homes in on, the various forms of abuse that the teens experienced. And it's not just with that insane training regimen either. We hear heartbreaking stories of disastrous trips to foreign countries where medical issues aren't taken seriously by the staff. Teens in the call centers at Teen Mania headquarters missing out on sleep or food because they're afraid of not meeting their call quota. There's also the extremism that is forced upon the kids, placing tightly constrained rules on them, and then encouraging through reinforcement the positives of ratting others out in the name of accountability. And because we see how deeply entrenched these victims were in their faith, the organization was able to exploit that and use it for emotional and behavioral control, guilting the students into actions and mentalities that are not only counter to the Bible, which they purport to follow, but also scarring them psychologically to where self-harm becomes the only viable option of escape. Now, despite Teen Mania shutting down in 2015, the documentary brings the story around to the present to showcase how relevant all this information is within the current political environment. The battle cry movement, which was also started by Luce, was this mobilization of teens and a weaponization of zealous beliefs to influence and ultimately control politics.